Hello guys, welcome to this review of the Power Rangers Dino Charge T-Rex Supercharged Red Ranger figure thing. I just wanted to say before I knew what its name was, I thought it was just going to be called like Supercharge Mode or something like that, but it's called T-Rex Supercharge Mode Red Ranger thing. So there it is, otherwise known as Carnival Mode and Hero Ranger. So before that, going over the back of the box. I always like the suit, like, just looks pretty cool. But anyway, really short description thing for this figure. Tyler lives every day like it's an adventurous team leader. The Red Zebra love recognition was a mystery of his missing father. And that's it. I kind of wish they'd say something about the mode, but yeah, it's okay. Other figures and stuff. Another shot. New packaging. The only thing that's really new about it is this. Instead of being the original Red Ranger, now it's like that Super Dino Drive whatever mode thing, and with like gray background here. So there's the box, and here's the figure. I still like the design a lot. Hold on, wait, before I get like talking about stuff, let me just show you the gun, which is at least in Kiroger Mini Tira, which kind of stands for Mini Gabutira, if it can focus. I actually don't mind that it's all red. I got, like, again, with all of the other weapons, I kind of wish it had more paint. But all red, like, it doesn't look that bad. So you can see that it has, like, the detail, though, of, like, I guess the design that goes on it. Here's the other side. Oddly enough, this is the only, like, weapon, or I guess, like, gun weapon, that doesn't have a peg to attach to the side, like, at all. I don't mind, but it's just like out of all of the figures that have been made, this is the one that doesn't have it. But it's okay. It's the only weapon it has anyway. So there it is. And here's the figure itself. At first, it kind of looked like a bit bulky to me. Like the head sort of seems small compared to like the big armor thing over here, and the arms just seem weird. But I don't know. I got used to it. It doesn't look that bad after all. So paint-wise, you can see that it just looks pretty good. I'm kind of tempted to do, I've never really done like major like paint things when it's like, oh, it's missing this much paint, I'll just paint it myself. Something I'm tempted to do for this figure that I like, again, like I said, I haven't done and maybe I still won't, but something easy that you could do is, I'm waiting for it to focus, but it's not doing that, is get a Sharpie or something and paint the eyes, because if you can see, the eyes are just soulless, just green with nothing. And here, let me bring back the box, which I didn't actually realize until I looked at the box. He has sort of like just like a straight black line for an eye. Maybe you can show it over here too. Yes, you see, has a black line for the eye, and it just looks weird now. Ever since I saw that, it just looks weird with this just like nothing in there. So that's something easy you could do if you really wanted to. Also, you could get something of the same yellow as this to color in the triangles in his arm for the gauntlet or whatever this you call it, since these are yellow. I'll be honest, that's like the noticeable paint that I saw missing, besides the belt, because the belt's like pretty obvious, but it was, after looking at the box, the eyes and the yellow here. So yeah, that's just something paint wise. Other than that, it looks like really good in the front. And in the back, again, I actually don't know if it's missing paint. I'm assuming like these are like filled in with yellow, the triangles with like a red outline separating them. I should assume, because I don't know exactly like what's missing from this on the top. It feels like it is missing that. Oh, it's also missing that these teeth right here, you can see like the little spiky parts by its shoulder, are actually supposed to be yellow. So that's something else I realized while looking at the box. So that's the paint I noticed missing, but again, nothing really like too terrible that's like missing in paint. Articulation wise, it is hindered by the armor, so the shoulder can't really go all the way up like it can for the other 5-inch figures. Still can rotate it around, can go down. Single elbow joint, wrist joint. This isn't hindered at least, so that's good. So I can still do that by the waist. single knee joint and swivel. At the foot, mine's a bit like hard to get it moving. The head articulation is hindered a lot because as you can tell by the thumbnail, I couldn't really move it too much to make it look good, to make a thumbnail like that, because then it's just like sort of covers it and I don't want to break it. Since as you can maybe see at the top of his helmet, there's like a collar thing popping out that hinders it too, if it'll focus. So you can see there's like a collar thing around its neck that hinders its articulation. So it can't really do much. It can only really do this, but it's not that awful really, since I am going to be displaying it like how the thumbnail was, because there isn't really another good way to display it while showing like how awesome this figure looks. Also, sort of a side note, I kind of want them to release sort of like a, not a 5-inch figure, but sort of like the Super Mega Force had those, like, I want to say 10-inch, but I don't know if they were 10-inch or 7-inch or something. The ones that were really like bulky, and that was like the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, Mighty Morphin, and Robo Knight with like the armor that could come off. I kind of wanted to do something like that for like a sort of thing with this one. I mean, I'm gonna spoil something a bit from Kyroger if you haven't seen it, and I've only watched Dino Charge. But in Kyroger, he could have power-ups where he could replace the, I want to say the feet. Yeah, the feet too. They would just change colors. That's all. But the arms would actually change into like the different Zord like arms if you put a certain battery in the weapon. And I kind of wanted to do something like that for this figure, where it's sort of a big bulky figure like the ones that I just said. Maybe not necessarily have the armor taken off, but maybe you can, or something where it's just you can just separate it over here and then put in the other arms and take off the feet and put up the other feet. They probably wouldn't do the feet. I would kind of be surprised if they do something like that, because the feet, all it does is just change colors whenever you put a certain weapon. But I kind of wanted to do that because then that'd just be cool, because then you guys just swap and have like just swap the weapons and stuff. That's sort of just a sign out though. But that is it for this review. I really like this figure. When I first saw it, I was like just like super excited. But that is it. See you in the next one.